What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Fallout video. Today I'm bringing you all the working glitches in Fallout 4 after all the patches. I know I did a video a long time ago on this, but it has since been updated. Some more glitches have came out, some of them have been patched, so I just like to inform you guys on all the working glitches that are out here, so you can guys do them yourselves and have fun with the game. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, let's get right into it.
Would you be the teacher if I was the sinner? Would you be the preacher? Would you be my
Alright guys, and since there are so many glitches in Fallout 4, I'm going to be organizing the video in different parts. So we're going to start out with the duplication glitches, then we're going to move on to the XP glitches, and then once we're finished with those, we're going to the Bottlecap glitches, then armor and weapon glitches, and then finally we're going to do random glitches in the game that don't really have a criteria or anything like that. So now that everyone knows the layout of the video, let's go ahead and get right on to the duplication glitches. Okay guys, so this is the OG duplication glitch that everyone probably knows about, and it is yet to been patched, so it is still working and everything. So, oh, and by the way, every single glitch I am posting is working, so don't tell me that it's not working, because I know it is. So, first thing you want to do is grab any resource that you do want to duplicate. In this case, I wanted to duplicate wood, so I got wood. Then after you have done that, go into your Pip-Boy and then drop it on the ground. Once you've dropped your desired material on the ground, go into your workshop mode and then hover over the materials that you want to duplicate. Now, this part's a little bit tricky, but just hold square and circle and then press them like very minuscule apart. So first press square and then press circle. You can slide them over your controller, it makes it seem easier, but just press them a little bit delayed, so square and then circle again. You should come to this screen, and then whenever it is glitched out like this, when he says store in the workshop, go ahead and then press yes, and then once you've done that, close out of the mode, go back into your workshop, and your items that you have done should be duplicated into 2 different stacks, and they should be doubled. So once you've done that, just take them out of your workshop mode, go back into your Pip-Boy, and then drop them on the ground. Now you should notice that there are 2 of them now, and just to get rid of this, you can just go ahead and scrap both of them and it'll turn them back into 1 stack, and you can just keep doing this over and over again until you have your desired amount. Alright guys, the second duplication glitch is how to duplicate any special book in the game to get a limited amount of level type things like charisma, all that different types of stuff, or you can also use this to duplicate any items such as guns, ammo, anything like that. So basically any item in the game. So first thing you want to do is just grab your item, place it onto a conveyor belt, and then wait for it to be halfway into the black and halfway on the conveyor belt, and then whenever it is halfway between both things, just take it by pressing square or X on Xbox One, and then it should be in your inventory and then also inside of the conveyor belt, and then you can just keep doing this over and over and over again to however much you want. And then, well, it does take a couple tries, I will say. You have to get the timing really right, and you get used to it after a while, just like the duplication glitch that I just showed you. And I found that it helps if you stay closer to the conveyor belt, like if you're closer to the where it ends, it's easier for me at least. So once you have done the glitch right, it should be in your conveyor belt and also in your inventory, so just throw it down on the ground, do it as many times as you want to, and then I recommend auto-saving just in case your game crashes or freezes or does anything weird like that when you're doing these glitches. So let's move on to the next glitch. Alright guys, this next glitch is a way to duplicate any ammo that you want in Fallout 4. Alright guys, for this glitch all you're going to have is the weapon that you want to duplicate the ammo for and some ammo for that, and then a harpoon gun. It has to be like a plain harpoon gun, it can't be legendary or anything. Once you have done that, go to the weapons workbench and then name your harpoon gun 0 and name the weapon that you want to duplicate the ammo for 1. Now just press scrap and modify at the same time, and then scrap it, and then go over to your barbed harpoon from your harpoon gun and then place that onto the weapon that you are wanting to duplicate the ammo for. Once you've done that, just go over to a flat surface and then shoot a few rounds into it, and then you should have some harpoons that just kind of like glitch out, and you can just pick them up over and over and over again, and they will save as your ammo for your gun that you are currently using and not a harpoon. So I found that some of the ammo does not work for it, such as like fusion cells or stuff like that, but it will work with bullet weapons like 5.56 and 7.62. So it's kind of just trial and error, so just try to find a ammo that works for you. Alright guys, for this glitch you will need the Automatron DLC, so now that's out of the way, let's get right into the glitch. Alright, the first thing you gotta do is go over to your robot workbench and make a new Automatron robot. Once you have done that, go down to Torso and click on Protectron Torso. And then once you do that, click the one you have most unlocked. It doesn't really matter, just ones give you more XP, like Sentry will give you the most, Robo Brain gives you the second, stuff like that. And then once you do that, unequip it. Now, once you have unequipped it, go over to your workbench and take out all the junk that's required to build it itself. So whenever you go over to the robot workbench, it's going to say that you don't have the right materials to build it. Once you've taken everything out, have a cabinet right next to it or any other container, and then store all your items in that container. Once you have done that, have one of your companions called over to your robot workbench. Doesn't matter who it is, it can be your robot, your dog, whoever, but just command in the trade, and then when you're in that screen, scroll over to your robot workbench and then press square on that to use it, and it'll go into that glitched out screen that most of you probably already know. Once you've done that, select the Automatron that you chose for this glitch, and then you should be in this really glitched out screen. So once you do that, scroll down to Torso and then Protectron Torso like you did before to build it, and then once you do that, it should show up that you own it but haven't owned it. So just keep spamming right on the D-pad and X. Once you've done that, you basically completed the glitch, and just keep doing this for however long you want to, and then when you exit the screen, XP will be on the side, you know, saying how much ever you leveled up. Alright guys, for this glitch, you're going to have to be able to go into the Pridwin, and if you're not there yet, and it doesn't show up on the map, just keep leveling up in the missions, and you'll finally get to it. So just enter the Pridwin, go past the flight of stairs, and enter the Pridwin deck. And this is the main floor, so just keep walking forward until you see like a little green blip on your map and go to your right, and then you should be able to talk to Proctor Quinlan. So once you talk to Proctor Quinlan, he's just going to say all this random stuff, and then eventually he'll give you this option. It's called Assist and Control, and basically what he's going to do is give you a Brotherhood Scribe to teach, and you want to click that mission and then accept it, and then go outside of the Pridwin, walk past like the big vertibird, and then go to your left at like this big tower. Now this part you're going to want to have a scoped weapon, and then look down at the buildings, and you should see a person just walking around that looks like a really untrained type person, you know. So what you want to do now is just kill them with your rifle, and then make sure you are crouched, or else the guys are going to attack you. And then once you kill her, she's really has really full health for some reason. She's really strong, but once you kill her, it's going to say that you got to return to Proctor Quinlan. So just go back to Proctor Quinlan. He's going to say all this stuff and how it was bad that she died and all this stuff. And then he's going to give you some bottle caps, and he's going to give you some XP. Now, you can just keep doing this over and over and over again until you have as much XP as you want. And this is really good for lower levels. I kind of wish that I knew how to do this before I was a really low level. So let's move on to the next glitch. Alright guys, for this glitch you will need some adhesive, cloth, glass, and oil. Now once you've acquired some of these materials, just do the duplication glitch that I've showed you in previous videos, and then if you don't have to do it, here's a link right here, or there'll be one in the description for mobile users. So just keep duplicating a ton and a ton of these. Now once you have done that, just go to a chemistry station and go down to grenade. Now you should have a ton of materials to craft a Molotov cocktail, and if it doesn't show up, that's because you don't have demolition expert. So just keep spamming X and just cooking a ton of Molotov cocktails. Then once you've done that, just do this as long as you want to, for however long you want to, and then you've completed the glitch. Alright guys, for this glitch, just duplicate a bunch of copper, and then once you've duplicated your desired amount of copper, just go and then go to the decorations and go to statues and just spam the baseball statue. You can do the other ones, but this one's the smallest one. It takes the least amount of space, so just do this a ton of times, and I'd recommend going to a base that doesn't have very much stuff built, so the size is like really big and stuff, so you can place down as many as possible. Now this gives you a lot of XP, even if like you're at a really high level. It still ranks you up really quickly. So let's move on to the next glitch. So this first glitch, what you're going to be doing is duplicating some really expensive item like nuclear material, and then selling it to the vendors at like Diamond City or any type of vendor place like that. Now that you have duplicated all your items, just go to the vendor and then talk to him, and then sometimes they won't have as much caps as you're going to plan to get them. Like for example, if you have like 30,000 nuclear material, obviously he won't have that much money on them, but you can also use this just to buy items and get them basically for free, or go to multiple vendors and just keep selling and selling and selling them. Alright guys, for this Bottlecap glitch, just come to the Minutemen Castle, and then once you're here, go to the Armory, and then you'll notice this yellow box on this cabinet that'll have 7 flares and 10 artillery smoke grenades. Just take them out of the box, and then make your way outside, and then turn back around once you get out there. go back into the room, and then you will see that those items have just magically replenished for some reason. So just keep doing this as many times as you want to, and then you can go to a vendor of some sort and then sell all those items that you came for. I'm pretty sure they sell for a decent amount of money. Alright guys, for this glitch, just go to a chemistry station and find reactor coolant if you are on the Brotherhood of Steel side. Now, you don't have to do it with reactor coolant, but reactor coolant just sells for a bunch more money than all the other ones. It sells for 100 bottle caps per one, so to do this glitch, just hover above the item that you want to duplicate and make sure you have none of that to craft it. Like, so grape mentats is above jet, so I shouldn't have anything to craft grape mentats, but you will have to have enough materials to craft at least one jet or else it won't work. So just press A and up really fast, and it should ask you to make the jet. Now, to do this, it has to be really quickly. So the second after, like a millisecond after you press up, press A, or else it takes a little bit to get a hang of, like the duplication glitch. But once you do it, you can just do it over and over and over again, and it'll give you a ton of money. So let's get right into the next glitch. Alright guys, this final glitch is by far the best one in the entire game, so just start out with having a few hundred bottle caps to start out with, and then basically what you're going to be doing is buying and scrapping all the stores. So use the same button combination that we use on PS4, which is square, X, and circle, to scrap it and sell it. So it's going to be thinking that you're selling it and scrapping it at the same time, so you're going to be scrapping it and you get to keep the money. So just keep doing this for however long you want to, and then once you have reached your desired amount, just go over to your workshop and then take the money out from it. Now, sometimes it'll glitch out and say, like, you have 100,000 bottle caps and it'll only give you like 30,000. That's because they're just too much. So if your number gets really high, it'll start glitching out, so don't go too high. Alright guys, for this glitch you have to have two of the same weapon that your legendary does. So as you see, I have the Overseer's Guardian and the Tactical Combat Rifle. So once you do that, just go to your companion and then go into your inventory and give him the non-legendary weapon. And as a reminder you, make sure your inventory is pretty much all empty except for those two guns. So once you do that, do the glitch where you go to the trade with that person, and then right when you're in the screen while it's loading the trade with them, open up the weapons workbench. Now that you've done that, you should be in a glitched out screen where you're in two different workbenches at the same time, and then trade back the weapon that was in your companion's inventory back into your inventory. Now that both weapons are in your inventory, look in your mod menu and then use a mod that doesn't require any resources, which is normally just taking off something from your weapon. Once you have found the mod, make sure the mod is highlighted and the legendary weapon, and then transfer it back into your companion's inventory, and then you also remove the mod. And once you've done that, just exit out of everything, and then you should have the glitch completed, and you should have the legendary effects on both weapons. So that is how you do the glitch. Now let's get right on to the next one. You go to an armor station, just select two pieces of armor that you want to combine. Once you've done that, just go to the place and rename them. Name the first one 2 spaces, and basically what this is going to do is put the one that you want to duplicate in front of the other one that you want to duplicate. So name the second one just 1 space. So once you name it 1 space, just save them and then exit out of the armor workbench and then quick save the game. Once you have done that, just go back into the workbench and go to the mod on the very top of the screen. It's going to be the one with the 1 space, and then press square and X at the same exact time. So once you do that, you should see the scrap item menu, and then once you do that, just go ahead and scrap it, and then you go ahead and put on any mod that you want from the other piece of armor that was on the original one. So as you see, you got none of 4 of these, but you can do the glitch that I just showed you yesterday and then get any mod for free. So basically what you want to do is just press down and circle at the same time, I think it was. Yeah, down and back at the same time, and then you can get the mod for free. So if you can't afford it, don't worry about it. And then basically now you just combine the 2 pieces of armor together. You've put 1 piece of mod that was supposed to be on the other piece of armor on the other armor. So let's get right into the next glitch.
Gucci.